I'm on today's page, which talks about finding source for your research question, whether you came up with one or not. Today, you are responsible for finding at least one source. We're going to use a database to do this. The database links from the Haltom Library website. A database is a collected set of resources that we pay money to access. High schools, colleges, even a lot of jobs have different databases that they use to be able to gather resources and pull them out. We're going to go to Gale, which is here in the middle. When you click it, it should automatically log you in and give you all the choices for the things that we pay for. For what we are doing, we are looking for opposing viewpoints, the one that's right here. Right here, it even tells you in the directions what you're looking for, opposing viewpoints. Once you click on it, all of the different suggestions that we gave you for topics came from opposing viewpoints. So if you use, well, we know you didn't use the list, most of you, but if you even looked at the list, you would be able to find resources for everything that is here. There is a search bar here at the top. It gives you an overview to kind of tell you, hey, here's in general what a conspiracy theory is. Then it tells you what it has collected together for this topic. And so you see it has things like infographics, videos, where it says 3,214. Those are individual newspaper articles that it has. Academic journals, statistics, lots of things like this. We are not going to need a ton of resources for this. And so you notice that we have a big, huge topic here with conspiracy theories. Your big, giant question yesterday may have covered all of conspiracy theories, but we're going to find that as we go through, we narrow our research question for the topic we're going to look at. And our research question changes as we get into it. The videos yesterday should have mentioned that to you. Of course, you probably didn't watch them. And so you could start with something that's really basic, like, are conspiracy theories on the rise in the US? You notice here at the top, it tells you, hey, what's the basic, where does this come from? What was written this year by this person? It's produced by this particular database, so it's not an outside source. They wrote this for this reference material, and they tell you it's an essay that's 600 and some odd words. So you kind of have an idea of what you're looking at before you get there. They give you a little bit of commentary, something to just help you to figure out how to read this. They actually give you the whole thing. You notice at the bottom, it's already done the citation work for you. We're going to talk about citation work in just a second, because this is the second part of doing research. You find a source, but then we have to cite the source as well. So this database has a ton of material on it for the subjects that we're looking at. I would say this is a good place to start today. We're not looking to gather more than 3 sources in this week to be able to write an essay. That's not a whole lot. And so we probably don't need to go beyond this database to be able to look and see what we need to find. Let's talk about the second part of your directions here on our page. Anymore, you do not have to do citations by hand individually. Most high schools and universities pay to access a website that is pretty much plug and play for citations. You fill in the boxes, it produces the correct citation that you need. We pay for a site called Noodle Tools. So here on your page for today, you see the link to our Noodle Tools access. I would suggest you follow along with me because, well, we know how well you are at getting stuff done, and I will do it with you. Once you click the link, you've got this page with the little guy with his hands up. When we click him, it's going to take you to Noodle Tools. Here it's going to ask you, hey, which account do you want to use? And once it kind of spins itself to there, it's going to ask you a few questions before you get to this, because you've probably never used this before. So it's going to ask you, hey, are you a student? Yes, you are. It's going to ask for your school. It's going to ask for your graduation year. As of right now, for most of you, it's 2022. Whether that stays the same is really up to you and whether you actually decide to get to work. And once you get set, you should end up on a screen that looks like this, just without all these projects on it. I'm going to give you a second to make sure that we're here so that I can walk you through the next part together. Anyone need more time to get to the projects page? Okay, so we're going to set up our project. Here in the top left corner, you see the little green button that says plus project. You're going to click that. It's going to give you a few options. You can title this whatever you would like. You can name it your topic. You can put your name in. You can put English 3 research. You can put whatever you want. In the middle section, it's going to ask for your citation style. In English and liberal arts classes, we tend to use MLA format. That is the one that is already selected. It stands for Modern Language Association. And then in the last one, it's going to ask for your citation level. Just to be sure we have everything you need, we're going to pick junior. Starter is really too simple. So once you have those 3 things set, we have a name, we select MLA should already be selected, and then you pick junior. You're going to hit submit. We're going to create a new project. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to go here. Once you create that project, it's going to spool it. And it's going to take you to what's called the dashboard for the project. If you look at the top center of your screen, you will notice it has little tabs. We've moved from the project one to the dashboard one. You can do a lot of things with Noodle tools, such as taking notes in Noodle tools for all of your sources. You can create digital note cards for your sources. You can do lots of things through the dashboard here, but we're not going to worry about that. We're instead going to show you how we would deal with sources in here. If we go to the top center and we hit the sources button, this will display for you eventually what sources have you cited for your research project. Now, right now, you're totally empty. We're going to show you how you can really easily use this in conjunction with opposing viewpoints to do your citation work. If you still have your window open for opposing viewpoints and you pull up a page like I have here, you notice here at the bottom where it says source citation. It has it all done out for you here, and it already has it selected with MLA format. Underneath, you notice these nice export buttons. If you click that export to Noodle Tools button, what you will notice is that it will ask you, hey, is this what you're looking to do? Where do you want to put it? And then when you hit import resources, it's done. So if I go over here and I update, let's see, there it is. Already added. I didn't have to do anything. And so exporting these resources is really easy once you find a good source that works for your research paper. Our purpose here isn't just to list a bunch of stuff and then never talk about any of them. The purpose of research, like we've said, is to show what you've learned. And so today we are looking for one source. That's it. We're having you get into opposing viewpoints and find one source. So even if you search for your topic and you find the most basic source and you're like, I can use this, cite it, do today's assignment, and hey, we're golden. And so this is not meant to be difficult. This is just meant to give you the time to do. And we've got you set up with everything you need. Between opposing viewpoints and noodle tools, all of our stuff is done now. It's just a matter of finding what we need, citing it, and then once we have all of our information together, starting to put together this paper. That will come. So as we're working today, you're looking for one source, one, to be able to cite and use. Questions?